Stop thinking attractiveness is about your face. It was never about your face. The most magnetic people walking this earth right now are doing 10 very specific things, none of which have anything to do with their genetics, their wardrobe, or how symmetrical their features are. Most of them don't even know they're doing it. But you're about to. Number 7 is the one that genuinely catches people off guard because it's the complete opposite of what most people think attractiveness requires. We'll get there. If you're new here, subscribe to Mind Blossom and tell me in the comments, do you know someone who's just naturally magnetic? What is it about them? Let's talk about it. Number 1, they make you feel like the only person in the room. Highly attractive people give their full attention, and people feel it, not because they're performing interest, but because they're genuinely present. They're not scanning the room when you're talking. They're not half listening while composing their next thought. Psychologist Albert Mehrabian's research found that how present someone feels in an interaction directly shapes how warm and likable they're perceived to be. Presence isn't a personality type. It's a decision, and magnetic people make it consistently. Number 2, they're comfortable with silence. Most people rush to fill quiet moments because silence feels like failure. Attractive people don't. They let pauses breathe. They take a beat before responding. And that pause, without them realizing it, communicates that they actually processed what you said instead of just waiting for their turn to talk. That is rare, and rare is magnetic. Number 3, they don't chase validation, not even subtly. They're not refreshing their phone after they post. They're not fishing for compliments in conversation. They don't scan the room to measure how they're landing. This doesn't mean they don't care what people think. It means they're not controlled by it. And people sense that freedom from across a room. It's one of the most quietly attractive qualities that exists. Number 4, they remember small things. 3 weeks later, they ask about the thing you mentioned once in passing, the job interview, your mom's appointment, the project you were nervous about. They remembered, not because they were trying to impress you, but because they were genuinely paying attention when you told them. Remembering small details is an act of care, and people feel cared for without always being able to explain why they love spending time around someone. Number 5, they own how they take up space without dominating it. They walk into a room without shrinking. They speak without constantly qualifying their sentences. They don't fold themselves smaller to seem more agreeable, but they also don't bulldoze. There's a balance, settled, grounded, comfortable in their own presence. Psychologists call this secure self-presentation. Most people feel it in someone before they can ever put a name to it. Number 6, they find things genuinely interesting. People who are attractive to be around are interested in things. Books, ideas, other people's stories, random rabbit holes at midnight. And that curiosity is contagious. When someone is lit up by something, you want to lean in. Passion creates energy in conversation that cannot be manufactured. The most magnetic people in the world aren't always the most beautiful. They're the most engaged with life. Number 7, the one that surprises people, they're not always trying to be liked. Attractive people don't contort themselves to make sure everyone in the room approves of them. They'll share an opinion not everyone agrees with. They'll say no without over-explaining. They'll be honest, even when easy agreement would have been simpler. Counterintuitively, this is one of the biggest drivers of magnetic energy because people are drawn to those who don't need to be approved of. Confidence isn't loudness. It's not needing the room's permission to exist as you are. Number 8, they're aware of how they affect people, and they're careful with it. Genuinely attractive people notice. They notice when someone goes quiet, when someone looks uncomfortable, when their words landed heavier than intended. They're emotionally attuned, not because they're anxious about every interaction, but because they actually care about the people in front of them. Emotional awareness is one of the most underrated forms of intelligence and one of the most powerful sources of real attractiveness. Number 9, they don't compete with you. When you win, they're actually glad. They don't reframe your success as a threat. They don't feel the need to mention their own achievements right after yours. There's no invisible scoreboard running in the background. That ease, that absence of quiet rivalry makes people feel genuinely safe. And feeling safe around someone is one of the most attractive experiences a human being can have. Number 10, they like themselves quietly. Not in an arrogant way, not in a way that needs to be announced or performed, just they're okay with who they are. They laugh at themselves easily, they don't spiral over small mistakes, they don't need to be the most impressive person in every room they enter. That quiet self-acceptance radiates in a way no external feature ever could. People are drawn to those who have already decided they are worth something, because that kind of peace is genuinely rare, and everyone wants to be near it. None of these things require a complete transformation. Most of them just require attention to yourself, to others, to how you move through the world. The most attractive people aren't trying to be attractive. They're just fully, comfortably, curiously themselves. And that is something anyone can grow into. Subscribe to Mind Blossom, a quiet place for your mind, soul, and heart. And here's what I want you to do right now. Pick the one number from this list that you think you genuinely need to work on, and drop it in the comments. Just the number, no explanation needed. You might be surprised how many people choose the same one as you.